Good afternoon. This is Carmen with Rojas Consulting. I'm again at my home office, and some of you may be wondering why am I doing all these videos from the home office, and why are we not filming at the office downtown? And the reason for that is because I'm doing a lot of writing, working on a new book, and it's easier for me to write at home for some reason. I know why, because I can easily turn off the phone, and I don't have my secretary or any of my staff coming in asking me questions. So I can get my writing done. So hopefully that means we'll have a book out soon. All right. What I wanted to talk to you today was not about the book, but I wanted to give you 5 ways to guarantee that you will absolutely crash and burn in fantastic style at entrepreneurial marketing. Okay, so again, here we go with 5 ways to guarantee that you will crash and burn at entrepreneurial marketing. And I don't mean that you have to do all 5 of these things, but if you're doing any one or any combination of these 5 things, I can almost guarantee that you will crash and burn at entrepreneurial marketing. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a marketer or an entrepreneur, but if you are either one of those things or both in combination, if you're doing any of these 5 things, you stop it right now. First thing, if you think to yourself, if I build it, they will come, you will crash and burn in entrepreneurial marketing. What you have to understand is, as an entrepreneur, meaning that you are at the beginning stages of some product or idea or mission or cause, there is no following. There is nobody who even is going to know that you have built this wonderful thing. So if you build it, they will not come. That is not going to be good enough. I don't care how awesome your website is, how cool your product is. If you do not actively go out and do marketing, they will not come. It just doesn't work that way. So as you're building your product, as you're building your websites, you need to start thinking about how will people find out that my product is here. That is actually what marketing, a large part of what marketing does, is let people know that this awesome, wonderful, cool website product idea is here and it solves their problems and all of that fun stuff, which is just a whole other conversation for another day. But get rid of the idea that just building something awesome, prototypes, websites, whatever, is going to be enough to get audience and to get the traction and to get the sales that you need. The second thing that you can do to ensure that you will crash and burn in fantastic style as an entrepreneurial marketer is assume that social media is the only marketing you need. I actually was watching a video yesterday. I have actually kind of fallen in love with Guy Kawasaki and his wonderful concepts. But one of the things that he said that I frankly disagree with is that being an entrepreneur is so much is cheaper nowadays, and he went on this whole list about the things that used to cost a whole bunch of money and now they don't cost anything. And he at one point talks about that marketing, now that we have social media, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Pinterest, we have LinkedIn, we have all these great things, that now marketing is cheap, we don't have to pay for it anymore. I just have a problem with that whole, with that concept. Social media alone is not enough to start a new business. It's really not, arguably, it's not enough to sustain a larger business. But if all you're doing is free stuff, if all you're doing is a Facebook page and you never run an ad, if all you're doing is YouTube videos and you never invest in any YouTube advertising or any advertising that brings people to those videos, if you're never doing, you're posting Twitter all the time, but you're never spending a dime on it, it's just not going to work. It's not going to be enough to move your product, your business, everything forward. I'm not saying that you have to spend an arm and a leg. Marketing has certainly become much cheaper and much more affordable than it once was through social media. But it is not, you cannot go into, the marketing portion of your business plan cannot just say social media. It's going to have to include some other concepts and some other strategies in order to fully advertise it and make the most of it. Okay? So the third way to crash and burn in fabulous style with entrepreneurial marketing is to think to yourself that you don't need analytics. And I'm not just talking about web analytics here. That you don't need some kind of a tracking, systematic way of being able to see what your attempts were, what the results were, and where you went right or went wrong. That's what analytics basically does. If you think that you don't need that, you will that's probably about the easiest way I can make sure that you fail. The reason for that is that you can't figure out what you did right, you can't figure out what you did wrong, so all you can do is you're just doomed to repeat it. You can't figure out where you can improve. Analytics gives you that tangible, number by number, customer by customer way of seeing exactly how your business is performing. If you want to keep wasting money, if you want to keep trying things that don't work, if you want to find out that something worked but can't figure out how you did it and you don't know how everything works, keep going. Keep doing it without having some kind of a tracking system. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out and invest a whole bunch of money in it. It doesn't mean, you've got to get somebody who's Google Analytics IQ certified. That's always a wonderful addition to have, but you don't have to have it. You just have to become one of those people that thinks scientifically, makes notes, keeps record, keeps track of what you've done, what the results were, how hard was it, where did you get off track, all of those kinds of things. You don't have to, actually write it. If you just want to, one of the things I do all the time when I'm driving and I have an idea in my head, I whip my phone out, I use the voice recorder on my iPhone, and I record it. So if you're too busy to stop and write it down or to file it away in some kind of a system on your computer, just record it. Just say, hey, you know what, in my restaurant today, we tried something new. We moved the waitress stand from the left side to the right side, and our tips went up or our tips went down. That's all you got to do. Just something simple like that is a good way to start thinking analytically. Okay? So, here we go with the fourth one. We're almost done here, guys. The fourth way that you can all but guarantee that you will crash and burn at entrepreneurial marketing is to think that you don't need to know anything else other than page visits on your website. And I'm going to speak specifically to website analytics here because that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in being able to do very, very well. And the bottom line is that just knowing how many people came into your website is, similar to saying, all I need to know is how many people came into my storefront. You don't find out what did they look at, what did they put down, what did they buy, what did, wouldn't that make a much better store? I mean, obviously, if you're watching people in your storefront, then you would want to see what products are we looking at, what products are we not, what are we out of stock on. That's what analytics is like for your website, and it can mean the world for your business. If you're a dentist, you want to know where are people falling off. Where could I improve my website so that I could actually make more money? And where, particularly dentists, for example, can make more money is if people are able to actually pay their bills online. If you're able to actually track a system where you send out an email, hey, you owe us X amount of dollars, and see where that email goes. See when people open that email. See how long does it take for them to open it and then respond to it. Are they paying, are you using PayPal or whatever system you're using, is that working for getting payments collected in a timely manner? Where are people having trouble with it? Are they trying and it's just not working for them? Are there too many steps in the equation? All of that good stuff can be understood through analytics, but you have to dig a little bit deeper than just how many people are visiting your website. Okay? Now, the fifth and final way that you can guarantee that you will crash and burn in fabulous style at entrepreneurial marketing is to think that you don't need someone who specializes in marketing to market your product. A lot of people, particularly since social media and things like that have gotten popular, think that, well, anybody can do a Facebook page, so anybody can do marketing. Not the right kind of correlation. Marketing is actually a very specific, very unique science. There are some people that are just kind of the Renaissance guys, and they're able to do, engineering and accounting and marketing. Those people are very, very rare. And unless you happen to be one of those people, I would definitely recommend that you should have somebody as a part of your startup team or that actually has some training, some experience, some background in marketing. This is not a shameless plug for Rojas Consulting, but depending on how much you're willing to invest into your company, having a professional marketing person actually help develop those things actually does pay you back in dividends down the road. And having him involved at the very beginning of your company's start rather than trying to add them in later will save you time, money, energy, and value in the end of the day in your customers' eyes. So there you have it. 5 ways to guarantee that you will crash and burn in fabulous style at Entrepreneurial Marketing. Thank you so much for listening. I encourage you to keep watching, keep looking for our blogs and vlogs. Please visit us at www.rojasconsulting.net. We are still running our special where right now you can get a 5-page website for only $149. Thank you so much. Have a great day.